Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the SSL Classic, coming out of a very well-played series by Deer. There were some boners in there a little bit, but, you know, he finally wound up closing things out 3-0. Very impressive play. Also, big shout-out to herO, who had Deer voted for on his liquid bet. Good call there, at least tonight, especially.
Good call.
Yeah, kind of odd there, but I guess when you just like, you know, maybe you like a player or don't like a player,
he's feeling the waves of a player going up and a player going down, and well, Bjorn, his play tonight was a little bit lackluster, to be completely honest. And
yeah,
that we did get some words about the tiebreakers and stuff like that, guys. Bjorn has a chance to get in 5th place now, and I also did see that 5th and 6th place, they don't even get to stay in SSL Challenge. They have to re-qualify.
Yeah.
So getting 0-3 by Deer could have meant the difference between Bjorn getting 1st place and having to re-qualify for SSL Challenge.
Which
and
is just
1st place is
unthinkable.
SSL Premier. So think about the difference between those two guys.
We were just talking about earlier, Valdez, how the caliber of players that are playing in Premier as compared to Challenge, and how they're actually just really close. But to be in a tournament where you're almost just going to get knocked out of the entire SSL for Bjorn, like those 3 games that he just lost actually meant a lot. So now a lot of things can happen, and it all rests on our final game. And that final game is by far, I think, going to be the best game of the night, or it has the potential to be the best game of the night because it has, you know, 2 of the most highly skilled players playing against each other. However, you know, some of the games tonight have been a little bit one-sided, so I don't know if that's just going to trickle down into our last series. herO definitely known for maybe, you know, kicking into high gear.
The Protosses are doing well tonight, man.
Yeah.
If you're putting all your money on Protoss tonight, it seems like things are going well.
A very astute person said that he really enjoyed the new unique strategy of combining those units that like do the shade thing on the ground with the fast flying shooty things.
I heard those are the new things, the new meta.
You know, it's just really cool to see such a diverse, astute, erudite, elucidated composition go into these games in new and unique ways, and
really cool.
wind up coming out on top.
He was able to kill him, and as we said before, Bjorn. I think it was a little bit more his fault, but Deer, he did play very well. He had some really clean builds, very well executed.
It's true,
but Bjorn did drop the ball when it came to a bunch of stuff. You could tell he's feeling it. He's still in the booth, perhaps watching the replays. But generally, especially because this tournament goes late, people they finish their games and then they're like, whoosh, they just disappear, and we're like, hey, where did that guy go? I thought he was here. No, Bjorn's still in the booth.
He is. He's still in the booth. He has had in his hands for quite a while, but now he is back up and practicing, perhaps for potential tiebreakers that could be coming up next. So let's talk about our next 2 players for our last series of the night. It is a 3-1 victory score herO, who advanced to the 2nd round of SSL Challenge with a flawless victory. Never dropped a set and made it all the way here. Kind of looked like he was coasting, and then you watch him get into GSL and look incredibly strong, and then drop out of his group at the end. Like, oh my God, what is happening? One of the best, if not the best Protoss player out of such a prestigious tournament now here in SSL Challenge. Everything on the line.
Yes, and we're getting some more information about the tiebreakers here. The only way we're going to have some extra tiebreaker matches is if TY wins this series 3-2. So that means we'll have some best of ones between TY, Bjorn, and herO, because they'll be perfectly tied only if TY does win 3-2 Classic. He's on top if TY wins at all. So if TY wins 3-0, it's going to be Classic TY Deer Bjorn. If TY wins 3-1, it's going to be Classic Deer TY Bjorn. If TY wins 3-2, then we have that tiebreaker between TY Bjorn and herO at the bottom. We're going to get some more information about what happens if herO wins, because obviously a whole other set of stuff. Probably herO, because he's already 3-1. He'll finish off at 4-1. He'll be in 1st place, and then maybe Classic, and probably Deer Bjorn, I would say, and maybe then TY is in 5th. So,
okay,
gonna have to. We're actually getting the info as we cast here, guys. So trying to give you the most up-to-date information.
We've got our top men on the issue.
Yeah, the top guy. He's up there. So yes, I was correct. If herO wins at all, it is going to be herO, Classic, Deer, Bjorn. So basically, all you Bjorn fans are hoping that TY doesn't win perfectly with the 3-2 score and potentially get knocked out in the tiebreaker matches.
Yeah, it has to be exactly 3-2. If it doesn't, then everything falls apart and we have no tiebreaker. So,
and Bjorn makes it through in any other situation.
Yeah, exactly. So unless it's a 3-2 score in TY's favor, Bjorn will make it through. Unfortunately for TY, or for Bjorn, if TY makes it through with that score, then all of a sudden, there's no justice in the world. Now we have to play tiebreakers. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Also, a huge map for TY, too, because if he loses, then he's out. Then he has to requalify for SSL. So lots on the line for everybody who's fans of anybody, basically.
Yeah, just such a crazy situation we find ourselves in. And it literally all does come down to this, a match between two of our most skilled players in the SSL Challenge.
The only two people that are safe are Classic and Deer, actually. Because Deer got the 3-0, he solidied a spot at least 3rd place or above. So that's really fantastic.
Yeah, for a player that I feel like we've kind of considered an underdog, to make it out so strongly, very impressive. So let's go ahead and get ready for our final series of the night, our last official series of the SSL Challenge. Going to Fly Better Fly into game number 1. Our Protoss player in the yellow, in the upper right-hand corner, is OSC Roots herO.
And his opponent down the bottom left, the blue Terran, it is TY.
Playing for Splice.
Splice.
Splice. Gonna splice up your life. I think that's like one of their official hashtags. I'm like, okay, well, you got pretty lucky with that one. All right, I'll give you credit.
No, man, they were thinking about that when they made the name.
You know what Splice was called before it was Splice?
What?
It was it? Oh, I forget what it was.
The guys are like, no, don't say it.
Yeah, okay, I'll save that branding for later. If you guys do remember what it was called before Splice, then tweet it at RapidCasting or at Brendan Valdez.
Oh, that guy's going to Google it. And tweet it
okay, no Googling allowed, guys. I trust you on this one. You got to remember this one. I'll give you a hint. It sounds very literally what the thing was. So either way. All right.
I don't even know what that means, but anyway.
I'm trying to be vague here, so if somebody doesn't know it, then I don't give anything away here. So.
Okay.
Either way, just a little bit of a esports tidbit as we get things started here for our final series of the night. I'm really excited for this one, and I think there are 2 reasons for that. One, TY is a player that after he got kind of bopperinoed by Bjorn in a very kind of cheesy matchup, I was like, okay, well, is this guy just falling apart right now? Well, the answer was no. He went on to crush the ladder. I was watching some of his individual games, and he kept hitting players over and over again. They lose every time. And then the second thing for herO, especially after getting eliminated from GSL, I was just like the most surprised about that. So now I really want to see him do well in the other tournament that he's playing in here.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the players, both of these guys actually, that we were touting as 2 players that don't belong in SSL Classic. Bjorn was another one. And Classic himself, he's beginning to come up here. I think I said Classic instead of Challenge. That happens all the time. Sorry, guys, but in SSL Challenge, herO, TY, Bjorn Classic. If we could pop them up into SSL Premier, we probably would, but that's not the way the rules work. So either way, I'm sure a bunch of these guys are going to be making it through. Deer's definitely mixed things up a little bit as he's secured his spot.
Yeah, that definitely did shake things up quite significantly. So Mothership Core out and on the way. Across the map for some scouting. The SCV actually might run into that. Nope, ship's passing in the night. And now we wait.
SCV is still on the hunt.
TY is just absolutely sure. So keep in mind, guys, this is TY. So TY is not a player that traditionally scouts very often. But after his series with Bjorn, I really feel like that kind of hammered home in his brain, look, you got to get out there and figure out what's going on. And that's exactly what TY is doing. He's going to run in, see that Chrono Stargate, and have a pretty good idea of what's on the way.
And he did get the scout of the Twilight Council.
Yep.
So a fantastic scout out of here, or rather out of TY. It would be so funny if TY becomes the player that scouts the most out of any player. He's like, that one series just really traumatized him. He's had enough. I mean, very curious to see what comes out of this Twilight. I would just expect Blink.
Right, and indeed, as if on command, Valdez.
I said it too late, you know. Now it looks like I didn't know it was coming.
Aw.
I lose all of my credit in the
believe
span
you,
of a
Valdez.
millisecond.
I know. You're
so sad.
You're so smart, Valdez. Every time.
Well, now there's at least one person in the world that thinks that rapid.
Probably 2. There's my encouragement for the day, guys. All right, so a little bit of a lock on there. It's going to take out one of these oracles. Wow. We witnessed the unthinkable. Wow. Imagine that. An oracle dying to a cyclone. May it never be. All right, so already a little bit of an advantage there for TY, taking that out. Much less harassment to deal with. Several Marines did fall, though, so that will weaken the early ground force. Stim just started, and this should actually be a relatively standard game. I hesitate to say that just given the games that we've already seen here tonight, but my hopes are high, Valdez.
Yeah. herO's the guy that always goes blink in this matchup and makes it look incredibly strong. You see other guys like Zest in SSL Premier, he tried to do the same thing, but it kind of looked like Ryung playing Terran when Zest plays Protoss, where it's like they're doing a build, but it's different from the way that other people do it and make it successful. And so that when you do it, it looks like it's the worst build ever. But then when herO does it, it's like, oh, this makes so much sense. And I'm really looking forward to see what kind of pressure he can put on and opening up the map with the blink and getting that third base.
Now, with the third Nexus coming up, this is not going to be an all-in, but it certainly will be a sizable amount of pressure being put on to this natural expansion. There's Oracle in the air to scout things out, and with a forward pylon being placed, this is going to mean a lot of very powerful Blink Stalkers are coming up.
Yeah, he's not going to end the game with this, but much in the way that Oracles put on pressure and gain map control, a bunch of Blink Stalkers can do the same.
Wow, picking off that very far forward Cyclone, and now forcing these very vulnerable Marines who've only now just gotten medevac support to try to deal with Blink Stalkers, pretty much the bane of their existence, and look at that Blink control, Valdez.
All of the health of the Stalkers, the 4 ones that got hit, they're all in the yellow. It's very hard to keep everything very, very healthy. herO doing quite a nice job so far. Looks like he... I spoke too soon. I thought he was going to lose a Stalker, but I was incorrect.
Oh, ye of little faith, Valdez.
Look at that one Stalker. What is that?
That has like
that Stalker.
-1 HP. At every point in its life, it will always have more shields than hit points. That is, oh my, even...
Did the Widowmine actually hit one? I think he might have been late on that.
Yeah, he,
it was close.
Little bit. Yeah,
it was close.
He blinkety-blunk it right out of there. Blunk is, of course, the past tense of blink.
Of course.
In case you guys didn't know. If you want to be aspiring StarCraft commentators, you gotta get that stuff right.
Oh, look at this. We got double Forge on the way, too. This looks like Heart of the Swarm, End of Wings of Liberty PvT here. As herO putting on pressure with Blink and then transitioning into immense macro mode.
Immense macro mode. Gotta get your IMMs on.
Yeah.
I'm in
Probably
the
makes
zone.
no sense at all. IMM, immense macro mode.
I'm so glad today's our last broadcast. Oh boy! All right.
Too harsh, man.
What a way to go out! All right, finally finding this proxy pylon. Really cool to see at least the scouting brigade of TY's units out there getting some value down. This is so cool to see from TY. Not only does he scout early, he scouts often. Look at this, one tiny Marine up there to the upper left. He's got another one split out that just spotted herO's army and blinked away after killing it. And that really gives TY almost perfect information to say, hey, let's go for this drop in the main.
Oh, he was microing in the middle of the map. He will lose a bunch of stuff. More Widowmines are coming down. It looks like a total of just 4 for now, and another Widowmine into the natural. He's not paying attention.
Oh no, this could actually be huge. 9 kills overall, just from, I think it was 3 Widowmines in that medevac. Going to make it out just barely alive. The Widowmines will get cleaned up.
Great value.
I think that might actually recharge in the main if he doesn't go in there and kill them. Maybe they've been taken out already and their observers just didn't show it. But oh no! Oh no! What was that hit? He went up to 16 workers lost.
Whoa. Look at this Widowmine. It has 11 kills.
Was he like transferring them or something? That is insane. We don't have the instant replay capability here, but
yeah, it was a big hit. It was 7 on top of the 9 that already hit.
Worse than the workers dying. I can't.
This guy's gonna scuttle away.
Look at him. What a baller shot caller. That is That is the guy right there. The guy all the little Widow Mines want to be like. All right, well, here we go. A lot of economic damage sustained there, but still even worker counts. And now pressuring this third base. TY is going to have to lift and retreat. Unfortunately, you know, this is not going to be able to go through those force fields.
Oh, this really command center. Oh, that's going to go down.
Yeah, no way to save it.
If he just focuses it. Oh, no, the repair. I may have spoke too soon.
God.
Those force fielded off.
Oh, so sick. Nice force fields coming down. Layer number 3 is going to be effective. That command center will stay alive for now.
Wow.
Many SCV losses taken by TY.
And now we have the counterattack coming over here. Looks like herO might just want to go for the throw.
No.
The supply depots are down, so that is a very nice move for him to go for, at least with the Adepts here.
But look at this counterattack there, also doing a lot of damage to herO's third base. We will take out those Adepts and go for the probes next.
30 SCVs. All the Adepts survive.
Oh my god, this is so incredibly clutch. The worker count's very, very low. I think this third base Nexus will actually fall there, so that will actually put TY ahead a little bit. If it does in fact go down, it looks like unfortunately it will not. TY able to save those medevacs, but not their payload.
There wasn't all that much mining there by the time the units got there. I feel like if he just targeted down the Nexus right away, it could have worked. Nice catch here by herO to pick up 2 more medevacs, another very weak one on 7 health. And that is the standing army of TY. He had to repair his CC too, so definitely hurting right now in terms of this game. herO in a fantastic spot.
Absolutely, Valdez, and I think herO definitely knows that, very well aware. These Liberators have actually done a lot of work for TY. They denied a lot of mining time there at third base, and now they're here to protect his army up the ramp.
That one medevac is the only medevac in the army. He's seen some stuff, Rapid.
Yeah,
that TY one medevac with 7 health.
TY actually repairing the medevac as well to try to get it back up there, and more, of course, joining the fray.
I don't think that band needs any more members, Rapid.
Were you ever a big fan of the Fray?
It was alright.
They were kind of a one-hit wonder for me. Not a big fan. I did just hit 1,000 playthroughs of my first song in the world. It's the one I listen to whenever I'm doing like research. And
anything? 1,000 playthroughs is a lot, Rapid. So
I'm just saying I've listened to that song an insane amount. Turns out I cast a lot of esports, so I'm just like, all right, put on the song, do my research. It's a good combo here. Either way, let's go back to talking about TY actually getting a lot of damage done. This time, this third base will almost certainly fall, but I don't think
he just clicked it.
Oh no! Instead of targeting down the base, the entirety of TY's standing army just gets obliterated.
Oh, he scanned the 4th base too.
Ooh.
He hasn't had his third base mining.
No, it's been bad
at all.
He's barely repaired it above half so it wouldn't burn down, and right as he's trying to retake this third, it might possibly be the most dangerous time.
Yeah, herO very patiently just sitting back, taking up to Colossi, getting a 4th base.
Oh man, and look at how much TY is hurting right now. Nothing in the main, fragments of minerals at the natural, and the third base just, you know, kind of limping along on its last legs as herO is taking a 4th base. Might even look for a 5th here soon. I don't know. He could basically do whatever he wants. And there's even Adepts in the main. There's more military units for herO in TY's main than TY has. And okay, well that was maybe not the greatest shade, and these Adepts will get taken out, but at what cost?
There was nothing in the main for him to kill, so he was just like, okay, I guess I'll go to the natural.
My work here is done. More and more force fields really limiting the mobility of TY's army. Trying to pull out, retreat, and get away from all of this. And
look at the positioning of herO. He's so smart in the way he pulls his army up north to get away from the Liberators, to skirt around the Widow Mines. Other Protosses would just go head first in. They're like, oh, I'm so far ahead, but no. Not herO.
Oh my god. And look at what herO's doing, or TY is doing right now. Never content to let herO alone. He knows he's behind. He knows he's in a difficult spot. He's actually going to lose that command center as a whole, and now forced to defend with a paltry force while still going for harassment. Now finally TY will try to pressure herO's third. If TY manages to drop his way back into this game, I will just be astounded.
Well,
agog flabbergasted.
That would definitely be very TYS.
He needs to just target down that Nexus. It's been so low for so long, but TY refuses to deal with it. And he did take out that 4th and take out 22 probes. So, I mean, might we reach a point in time in this game, Valdez, where TY stabilizes?
Perhaps. I mean, it's a big map. Drops are insanely strong on this map. It's definitely a very good map for TY, and he's so far behind, but he's staying alive for so long against a player like herO. You gotta say there's definitely a chance, although he is in dire straits. Another good band.
Oh, yeah,
if he joins that band, okay, I'd be okay with
all right,
that. Yeah, dire straits is good. But yeah, you can see that TY, he needs to get another base mining, so he's just gonna move his whole army over to the north.
Yeah, I mean, TY does have one scan that he can spend on taking out this Dark Templar, but that even still is just going to be such a hit to his economy, which is already very stressed from having no mining bases until that orbital landed. So that'll give him another fresh base for Terran to strip mine, but he's just not going to have quite enough to deal with what is a very, very advanced force headed his way.
And it looks like TY will finally be forced into a fight here. He has set up a pretty insane concave, but I think this is just a number game at this point. He's trying to micro on in, but it won't be enough. GG, herO taking game number 1.
Wow, just very impressive play there. herO able to play the long game. I think he was probably ahead at almost every point by that time that it did conclude. So, I'm not sure how much we can really take away from that game. TY kind of took an early deficit, and herO just curated that on until he was able to finally take things out. Although I will say I was very impressed with TY's tenacity, able to hang on even just like through the scraps of having barely any income and get so much done with those drops.
Yeah. Would you say that was a very turbulent game from both of these players? Because I feel like it was rapid. Because herO, the way he plays PvT, you could take that game and you could use that as an example. You could be like, okay, there's herO's PvT in a nutshell. You got it right there in one game. You saw it perfectly in game number 1. And TY must have been preparing for this. He knows that herO likes to play it patiently, which is why, again, on Daybreak, those drops were so strong. They did so much damage. Because herO, he didn't want to take the fight unless he was like 80% sure he was going to win the fight. And, TY trying to come back with drops, definitely a thing that TY does very often. So herO getting the early lead. Can he keep it going here as we go into game number 2, Rapid?
I hope so. And for everybody out there that is hoping for tiebreakers coming up, you of course hope that TY is able to win the series 3-2. So he's already added one of those losses in here. We'll see what happens as we fly better fly our way into game number 2.
Yep. Up here in the top right, the yellow Protoss taking game number 1. It is herO.
Yep. And his blue Terran opponent. The lower left-hand corner, he is TY.
I realized something that I said earlier about Beyond. I may have been mistaken. We were saying, oh, he's still in the booth. He's so upset about this. He actually has to stay here in case there are tiebreakers, so he can't actually leave the booth because he has to stay here.
So he can leave the booth, but he's not allowed to leave the premises.
Yeah.
Just to clarify
he's not chained to the desk, but again, I thought he was staying in there, like watching his replays, really upset and all that, but now I realize that actually he just has to stay here just in case.
Yeah, we only chain down the Premier players, not here in Challenge. It's too late for that.
Yeah.
So here we go, another scouting probe from a Protoss player. Oh my goodness! This is where when commentators commenters tell us to focus on the game, this is what they're really going for. It's just like, you really have to describe the complex journey of a probe across the map in many ways. Valdez, a metaphor for life. As we take our journeys through life, so the probe does also probe his way. I love that about Terran players. It's like, I'm just going to block your command center. It's like, well, I can build it anywhere. So yes, probe, you did prove yourself even more annoying and delay that command center's usefulness by mere seconds. Congratulations. Mission accomplished. That probe is so proud of himself right now, Valdez.
Yeah, he looks just like the Widowmine from earlier, from the Dear Byung games. Or no, from the Ryung game. I think it was.
Yeah, that was scuttling himself.
He's like, oh, look at me. I'm so good at this game. I can kill so many workers.
Well, I guess probes have killed probably... I would love to see the statistics of which worker has killed more workers, or more units. Like, which worker truly has the most kills? Is it the drone, probe, or SCV?
Probably the probe? I think it would depend on how many, who has the most aggressive early game builds.
Yeah, and you can't count things like overcharged pylons or cannons in there.
Well, yeah, that's not a probe. So.
Well, it's the probe building stuff. So no, it's got to be actually the unit
pylon's kill. I mean,
somewhere there's a Blizzard technician out there
micro
that knows this stuff. Oh my god, that Reaper did survive quite a while, and this cheeky eBay block to make it even more difficult to mine from those patches.
That's definitely a TY build. He's one of the guys that just consistently did that from a very long time ago.
Big believer.
And it does, in fact, delay a lot of mining time. It's very annoying there in the middle, especially strong against early just CCs or Nexi or stuff like that, because you know they won't have a lot of units to take out the eBay. Doesn't cost you all that much. You lose 56 minerals, I believe.
Yep.
Well,
and now we wait.
Cyclone's on the way here from TY.
Third Nexus on the way for herO. So herO is really going to go up into a game that really essentially says, TY, you are not going to be on my side of the map. At least hopefully not. Depths shading around. There's an Oracle on the way. And I don't think herO knows about the third command center that is on the way right now. But it's nice to see TY at least commensurate with herO. I was pretty proud about that one, too. That's my $10 word for the night.
You guys learned something new today.
Yo, I was just watching the Spelling Bee on ESPN the other day.
Ooh.
Knew precisely 0 of the words.
You get ESPN on your Korean TV?
I had braces as a kid. The radio waves just go right through.
I see.
All right, well, Mothership Core is about to warp it. Finally, an engineering bay back at home. There we go. All right. Cancel this first one. Whoa, a big gateway explosion. 5 new ones on the way. And the command center is still not complete here for TY. Just probably going for that same sort of triple orbital play, not really looking to take a third base immediately soon. If he does, he would have to take the one very far forward, which would be, I guess, optimistic, or float it all the way over that natural to the third base. See which one it is as the build looking come out from herO has plenty of shady things on the ground and fly shooty things in the air.
Yeah, they can move at the same time as they shoot as well. I think that's pretty important to mention.
Highly unique feature as well.
Yes. Well,
what do you really call that? Is it strafing?
Strafe shooting?
I guess.
Strafe firing?
I think we call it moving shot, basically.
Yeah.
So that is what these things can do. Look at them do it. They're so cool.
Charge first, okay.
All right. Yeah, there were a few things that we should probably talk about. For one of them,
do it.
So herO and the new patch, right? The new patch changed a few things, not drastically, but one of the big changes was that charge went from being 200, 200 to 100, 100. And a lot of Protoss, I feel like, kind of treated that like it was free now. They just get it in their builds. And herO was a big proponent of that. And so these guys actually played against each other in GSL and I think it was herO and Beyond.
Yeah.
And one of the things that herO did obsessively was these wacky zealot not necessarily all-ins, but just rushes. So you've got your front door, and I think in the first game of their series, herO and Beyond in GSL, Beyond just had like a full wall and a bunker, and herO's like, all right, you know what I need right now? 20 zealots. Well, turns out, guys, spoiler alert, that's not quite what he needed, and it didn't work out. So I don't think that's going to be quite the exact build that he's going for here, definitely having adapted massively since then. But always cool to see charge mixed into early game builds. That's the only thing I was trying to say.
I just like with new patches when players try new things out and try to make it work. But I would have to agree, I didn't find those very impressive. That's a nice pick off.
Yeah, first Liberator.
Those are nice picks off.
Pick-offs? Yeah.
Pixoffs.
Pixoffs. Sounds like a company that animates things. All right. Turrets coming up as if predicting more of this Phoenix harass, but with so many Zealots on the ground and Colossi about to come out anytime soon, this is going to be quite a unique excursion there. Ooh, that is not working as intended.
Looks like one Oracle, perhaps 2 Phoenixes. We got a little drop coming in here. This is the other part of Overgrowth. You can put that turret wall and stop drops coming in.
Can you roll them? You can stop drops, but you can't roll. You'll never put the fire out. And that's what Firefighter TY is trying to do.
Don't you feel like fire drills just made us not very concerned about fires?
I've never been a part of a fire drill that has then made me more capable to escape from a fire. But I feel like I also cannot advocate not caring about fire drills, because then there's that one that really does. So always do your fire drills, guys. Learn how to exit the building in an orderly fashion.
Yeah.
Don't be one of those guys that's running away from fire and like tramples over everybody else. No, orderly fashion.
Orderly fashion is very important.
Always important, yeah. Reposition there to get a little bit more value, but still only denying mining from 3 used up mineral patches. It's going to be cleaned up immediately by those stalkers, and way too many probes go back to finish off the minerals there in the main. Or natural.
Yeah. Or no, that was the main.
Oh, it was the main. All right. There's so many bases up on here.
I just said yes instinctively. I'm like, yeah.
How dare you?
Actually, no.
Okay. Finally, all those probes we just saw mining from the main will be buried across the map at the same time. Beyond looking to hit, or Beyond, we were talking about him earlier.
Oh, the Zealot!
What a scouting Zealot. That's the second time a Zealot scouted a big drop out of the map.
What a bro!
Indeed, what a brobe. All right, double overcharge there in the main, and it looks like while TY's drop will be effective, enough. That is a lot of High Templar.
No Storm yet. Should be getting close, though.
Yeah, this overcharged pylon is just being allowed to shoot for free. Both the overcharges will time.
To continuously get underneath the Vikings and take them out. There used to be like 8 or 9 Vikings, now there's 4. And all the Colossi are still alive with more storms ready and waiting rather, to be fired.
Indeed they are. Blinks just used to get all on top of this 3rd, and I guess that's 4th base. 4th command center will get taken out. Now, TY really just trying to find a way in to get to hero's unit. Storm really stopping him from being able to.
Yeah, I love the preemptive storms that come out too. He's just going to call it GG. Ooh. It's way too many units here from herO.
Damn.
And TY, it looked like a nice move, you know, to take out the 4th, and it looked like he was outplaying herO on the map, but he lost way too much. As you were saying, he was taking so much damage from the overcharges while he was trying to drop into the main, and he never really attacked and took a good fight, so he lost that entire army, didn't do any damage. Took out a Nexus, lost some units on his way out, and then herO was like, oh, you done goofed, man. I'm going to go kill you. So, well, early 2-0 here for herO. Byung's pretty happy about this so far.
So this is where the reverse sweep happens, Valdez.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you guys still want tiebreakers, you're hoping for the reverse sweep. That would send us into a pretty wacky situation. Now, I would say that at least that doesn't seem very likely. Our games tonight have been oddly polarizing. You know, just one player vastly superior to the other. Unless TY can really pull something out of his magical TY bag of tricks. I'm not sure why he would have one of those, unless they called him like Magician Terran or something. But I mean, he's going to have to find something to bring him back in this series. herO looking very dominant tonight. We get into our possibly final game of the SSL Challenge.
Well, it's been pretty one-sided so far. We'll see if herO can close it out, or will TY make things interesting? Everybody's favorite word here at SSL Challenge. Let's jump into Whirlwind for map number 3.
Here we go. Whirlwind making maybe a little bit of a rougher flight here for our Jin airplane. Our Protoss player herO versus our Terran player TY. There he is. TY, one of those players. Ryung also kind of does this where you just like look super sleepy all the time. But this is very late at night. We are just passing 12:30 p.m. I guess this is a.m. Yeah.
Yes, you are correct.
Yes, indeed. It is 0035, the time. So some late night StarCraft if you're here on this side of the map.
Look at this from herO. He's making 2 gases. I think he might do the Stargate in the middle of the other 2 bases because he scouts one with the very early scout, and then he puts the Stargate in between there. That's what I would love to see. Yeah. This could definitely take TY really off guard.
So we've seen a few games, I think the games I'm remembering are from Brood War, but we've seen a lot of games where players will go for that 2 out of 3. Oh my god. Brendan, you just call...
Well, I mean, it was all laid out there, all the information. So.
Someone out there is very impressed with you right now, Valdez. Someone is me. And also probably other people too. But yeah, so exactly as you called it, you go to one side of the map, they're not there, then you head to the other and get your proxy on. So he will still need to scout to find out which direction TY is, but we'll have that proxy starting up here at any second.
Now, TY, he's a very smart human being, and he's also a very smart StarCraft player, so no doubt he'll be preparing for Oracle builds in general, but as I say that, he is making a reactor here and the factory. This probe looks totally normal. Looks like it came right from the top right. He's like, okay. And now herO gets all the information that he needs. No scout from TY to see the missing pylon, and he could definitely be in a ton of danger. If herO reveals this probe, though, that'll definitely be suspicious.
Yeah, and so you can see the probe continuing to try to poke on in there. And this is not the same annoyance probe as has been there previously, but double cannon, or well, I guess they're kind of cannons. Double pylons going down here.
They're cannons now.
Look, now look again. Your pylons are now cannons. That's what they are about to be. First pylon will finish as the mothership core about to arrive. We're going to see our first overcharge right about now.
There you go. And TY, he was going to make a Hellion, but then he's like, oh crap. So the Cyclone definitely a little bit late here, and that's going to be the reactor, probably 2 supply depots, and the first Oracle hasn't even come out yet. So there's not much on the ground here for TY, and I think his chances of winning this game are very slim at this point. Gonna come on in here, snipe out all 4 of the Marines, and that's gonna be it for the Marines. So we got 2 more Adepts on the map. The Mothership Core still lives, both the pylons, and this might be the quickest 3-0 we've had here at SSL Challenge.
I mean, this is just gonna be insanely difficult to defend. What? Oh,
as Moonglay would say, what?
Missed that guy. So if herO does win this game, then he will make it out of the SSL challenge in first place, which is going to automatically qualify him for Premier. That's obviously very attractive.
Those Cyclones are so cute.
Oh, no. Cuter every time. They actually do kill one of these oracles. You can't just run around there with impunity. Eventually, they will die. Wow. That's a lot of damage. A lot more than I would necessarily expect. I mean, you rarely ever see the completed Manor engineering bay, and usually it's in front of mineral patches that it will block. So, yeah, I don't really know about that one, but more and more oracles continuing to ferry in, so it is a very vulnerable TY base.
herO's targeting even on the SCVs, like, he's in such a good spot, I don't even know what to talk about at this point, but really on point, targeting each SCV with a double shot.
Indeed, you are correct, and he's not stopping there, continuing to go back in for more and more harassment.
Oh, ran out of energy.
The plight of the Oracle, a haiku. It probably is. Somebody writes those things. I don't know.
Look at this sick Terran army. 2 Hellions and 2 Cyclones.
Love me some mech. Because it turns out if you're a Marine and there are 3 Oracles on top of you, you're not going to have a good time.
Well, there's one way for TY to come back in this game. It's to drop 4 Hellions, perhaps, and hope that herO isn't watching.
Well, he does have 3. It's not 4, Valdez. So perhaps that 1 Hellion will make the difference. I mean, I'm thinking, I'm being optimistic here. This could be the best Hellion drop you have ever seen in your life, Valdez. Is going to start poking in, lining them up. 3 probes already go down. Oh, there's the angle. Can he hit it? 6 going down, but that will be all.
That's not bad. You know, 3 Hellions, 6 probes in total, 2 per Hellion. If you're trying to come back at this point, that's definitely some good damage.
Okay, I mean, reactored Cyclones, Valdez, how good are they?
Well, I remember TY tried this one time against... I think it was SOS on Overgrowth back when the Cyclone upgrade was in this, and it kind of worked. It looked really strong, but didn't work in the end. Oh, he's going to come back.
Oh, 2 more Hellions on in. 1 will survive running past. Indeed, lining them up he does, and 2 more go down, maybe more. Yeah, there's 4. So, oddly effective in that regard.
5 Cyclone defense.
Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. I mean, how good is that? We're about to find out, and look at the army amassing at the front door for herO.
He's going to have Blink, a Warp Prism pushing out here. He's not going for the 3rd base just yet, but he has that ready for, you know, when he will easily be able to pick that up.
Oddly enough, TY going for a 3rd base now, building that in-base command center as he does try to defend with now 6 Cyclones.
7! We got a 7th.
Back down to 6. All right. We're going up and down to the Cyclone counts. More following here. Good blink control for herO. He'll escape there with the majority of his Stalkers.
Very herO-esque fashion. He's not going to overdo it. Going to wait for 3 more. He knows that he can produce a lot faster than the reactored Cyclones. Pushing on in here, trying to take out another one. Good micro by TY. Very fancy.
Right.
He really doesn't want to leave and have to re-qualify for SSL Challenge, which, by the way, for you guys who are joining us late, if he does lose this to herO, he does have to re-qualify.
Yeah.
So, definitely a rough match for him. He's trying his hardest here.
He certainly is, and I think now more than ever, this is the game that TY really has to win. But, I mean, it's not just this game, guys. He would have to win the following 2 as well. So, definitely an uphill battle. And, you know, he does have the additional economic investment of that 3rd orbital. Maybe that's going to be good enough, but it certainly will be a very hard-pressed defense.
DTs are ready. Dark Shrine has completed. There are no turrets, no eBay. And it looks like he just dropped mules too. At least he's got no energy on this main orbital. So let's see what he can do. A scan in the natural. herO pushing up at the same time, but nothing to stop the DTs in the main.
Oh, and I think this could actually be heartbreaking, Valdez. 1 scan to rule them all, but only 1 Dark Templar. Getting taken out. 2nd one. Wowie, sneaky.
What is that?
That's what happens when Elmer Fudd goes hunting for Dark Templar. You must be very quiet.
Look at this beast Star Templar getting work.
Yeah, it turns out when you're invisible and your attacks don't reveal your unit, you can get a lot of damage done. And that's what we're seeing here. One SCV dropping at a time, and still these Dark Templar continue to filter in.
We are seeing just straight up mech from TY. I don't know if he had this as a actual build for the map, or if it's just a response.
One stasis ward. Oh my God! Money stasis wards. Almost the entirety of TY's army is totally what do you call that? Incapacitated.
Stasis.
There you go. Stasified.
Yeah. And Blinken in there snipes a tank.
I'm not sure why herO didn't like completely, totally commit to maybe trapping those units. I guess he didn't have that big of a force over there with which to do so. Let's get a nice tag off. It's the third base now up and running for both players.
Yeah, so we are actually seeing mech. You guys are seeing that on the production tab. We will have herO going into Fleet Beacon and a bunch of Immortals. Double Armory, double Factory from TY.
My question, Valdez, where my Thor's at?
Where your Thor's at?
Big fan of Thor's, and so is Beyond. I was watching him stream a little bit earlier this week, and his +1 mech armor Thor pushes were the thing of beauty. Now, he focused on that a lot more than this game, and of course this game is a little bit unstandard, non-standard, of course. We'll see how well this now Speed Zealot drop goes. Friendly fire from the tanks into the mineral line could be good enough for now 5 more SCVs falling as herO pushes through the front with Blink Stalkers.
I do like the hidden base down at the bottom of the map. Those units of the mech army are mobile, but you need to put the Cyclones down there, but you need the Cyclones at the same time to defend your other bases, so it's going to be hard for you to really get down there. This map is gigantic, and herO
trying to get in there for a tank. Unfortunately, not quite able to take it out. That last shot won't connect. Immortals starting to be produced, and those are certainly the units that herO will need versus TY's army. Let's see that drilling clause.
Is he making 7 Widow Mines at a time?
He is.
Whoa.
That is a large number of Widow Mines. I'm not sure that's necessarily the tech that'll get you where you want to go, especially against 4 Immortals, now pressuring TY's forward.
Coming on in here, you can see that TY put all of his faster units on the attack for those Blink Stalkers, but may have been a bit of a mistake. He's not splitting up his army very well. 1 tank is not enough to fight against that. Look at that, just gonna recall out, no big deal.
Oh my God. herO also pulled that super sneaky move in GSL, brought that Mothership Core with the army, and here we go. We're gonna have Thors on the way. See what he sees, and he does see a lot more things that are not there.
That, yeah, he actually canceled the...
Yeah.
Huh.
Canceled the huh. Built the huh elsewhere. The huh, the sister band to the who. Followed shortly by the what and the why.
Just a lot more feisty.
That is what they are. Look at where herO took his 4th base.
Yeah.
Way down at the 6 o'clock. That is somewhat unique, Valdez. Haven't quite seen that, and still trying to look on the map and find out. Is he to build another one way down there? Oh my God, that would be so.
Might as well.
So wacky. And yeah, TY's not going to see it. He doesn't even know that that 6 o'clock base is even alive. Back in TY's base, you're going to see his mech army start to materialize. Toys here! And they are, in fact, there. 2 of them out now with 1 more on the way.
Bunch of Archons, Immortals in the mix. Will do very nicely against this ground army. I mean, the Widow Mines.
Look at how fast that thing broke. They go ahead and deliver its payload onto those Zealots. Unfortunately, it's not enough. Yeah, that is all you can do. Now, look at these Thors back in the back. This is actually going to be really cool to see how useful they are against a very strong Protoss army pushing in. Look at those Immortals, though, running forward. A couple of them do get taken out, but their barrier shields are just so incredibly important. Blinking forward, trying to take out those medevacs, carrying a very valuable payload. 1 Thor will survive, but not a whole lot else.
Yeah, so this looks like the end of it. Very nice engage from herO. Good unit comp. Caught TY out. And that's going to be a GG. herO takes the 3-0.
Wow.
And we are done for Season 1. herO with that 3-0, he will secure first place.
And advance directly on to the SSL Premier. Now, of course, the fast lane is in play, and so we'll have Classic, Deer, and Byun, all of which who will fight through the fast lane, trying to make a trip.
And very important, Elite guys, just to catch you before you do go, to explain the fast lane. Day 1 is going to be a best of, it's going to be like a GSL group where the second and third place players from SSL Challenge and the the 7th and 6th place players from Premier go head-to-head. And the top 2 players stay in Premier, and the bottom 2 players go to Fastlane Day 2, where they face off against SSL Premier 8th place and SSL Challenge 4th place. And that SSL Challenge 4th place is Byun. So Byun only gets 1 chance in the fast lane to make it up into Premier.
Right.
But does at least stay in SSL Challenge, I do believe, because he did get into fast lane.
It's a little bit more of a, I don't want to say fair, but a more well-qualified way of shifting players between the upper and lower leagues. Basically, you guys can think of it as slightly more complicated up and down matches. So basically, the top players from the bottom league face off against the bottom players from the top league. And that's kind of how it goes. So, because the games are over for today, we do get a chance to have an interview with our players. So we'll head on over to see what herO has to say about advancing out of the SSL Premier in first place. So first of all, how do you feel?
좀 쉬고 있었거든요. 쉬는 타임이어서 좀 걱정을 많이 했는데 경기.
So herO says, I was eliminated from GSL recently, so I was really depressed after that. So I kind of had a little bit of a break after that. So I'm really happy that everything worked out, all things considered.
알고 있었나요?
아니요, 저 그냥 별로 안 좋다는 거는.
Now we could have actually gotten quite a few tiebreakers here tonight. Did you know about all of that? herO said, no, I didn't really take into account all the possible tiebreakers and things.
거쳐야 되는 거 알고 계셨잖아요.
네.
직행으로 가셨는데 기분이 어떠십니까?
지금 직행된 거예요?
Now, herO, you made it into Premier in first place. He says, oh, wait, I did?
종료되고 2라운드 넘어올 때 저희가 이제 그 승강전에 대한 얘기나
pretty notorious, because if you guys remember, he actually came into his interview after he finished the first stage, and he was like, wait, what? There's a second stage? So he actually just didn't read the rules, just comes and shows up and plays StarCraft games. He's like, wait, what? Do I have to play more games? herO says, wow, I'm really embarrassed. I didn't know about that at all. But you're in Premier now. Congratulations. Like, wait, why?
He's like, oh, that's great.
Oh, yeah, no, that's cool. I just made it in. Like, normally I have to play games for these things, but I just made it this time. So, herO, how do you feel about having made it into Premier? And herO says, I was having so much fun down here in Challenge, but as a pro gamer, I feel like I am responsible for trying my best to go into Premier, so I will try my best.
그 이유는 집에 가서 VOD로 확인하시기 바라겠고요.
네, 안 알려줍니다.
오늘 안 알려줄 겁니다. 더 이상.
이런 대본을 적어줬어요. 우리 작가님이 챌린지를 떠나야 되는데.
So now our next question for herO is, are you sad at all for leaving Challenge? And herO says, yes, but at the same time, I do feel really happy to advance.
I'd be like, screw you guys, I'm out of here.
Yeah, no. See ya. So herO says, to be honest, it's a pretty long-term league, so I do feel kind of regretful that I'm leaving it behind for so long, because Challenge ran for I think about 10 weeks. herO's saying, if I miss it too much, I'll make my way back down there. Don't worry.
Doubt it.
이제 정말 잘 나가는 저거들을 다음 시즌 맞이해야 되거든요.
Very well,
그런 거에 대한 어떤 해법이 있는지.
So as a Protoss player, you are going to face some of Premier's best Zerg players coming up this season. And herO says, I'm stressed out already. I can't wait to come back to Challenge and have to play against those players.
챌린지를 대표한다는
Bill, Solar, Dark.
제가 오늘 오기 전에 무슨
So,
떨어질 수
any final words from herO about moving up to Premier?
이렇게 직행하게 돼서 너무 기쁘고 GSL
And herO says, you know, I kind of thought that there was a chance I might get eliminated, so I'm extremely delighted, overjoyed that I have made it into Premier directly.
축하드립니다.
And he will practice a lot and repay all the fans who supported him through his trip through Challenge to Premier.
He took that direct flight straight into SSL Premier on the Genera airplane here rapid.
First class trip to Premier.
자, 오늘 김준호 선수의
All right, everybody's saying their last goodbyes to herO. They will not be seeing him again here for Challenge. He is off to Premier. All right, and here we are once again. I forgot how to put on my headset, so my hair's a little bit all over my place. It's not a problem I will ever have again, Valdez, because I won't be here anymore.
Well, until next season.
Until next season. I was trying to make it dramatic. You just have to spoil. It's like,
I have
guys,
to get right to the punchline
sorry,
right away.
I have an announcement to make. I'll never be casting SSL Challenge again for this season. So next season, I'll be back. Well, let's take a look at how our season ended. Classic, taking out Ryung, and that's where things started to get a little bit weird. Deer able to bop Beyond, just really solid play there, and Beyond uncharacteristically, lackluster performance, and kind of the same thing in reverse. It's a good day to be Protoss. herO able to take out TY.
I was feeling it, and here we go, guys. Premier straight taking that first class direct flight is herO up into Premier. Classic and Deer will play in Fast Lane day 1, whereas Beyond will play in Fast Lane day 2. He only has one chance, one shot, one opportunity to make it up into Premier. If not, if he does fall and fail in that second day, that second GSL group, he will have to stay down here in Challenge. Unfortunately, TY and Ryung, they will have to re-qualify for SSL Challenge.
Really surprising there. Maybe not for Ryung, who has had a very lackluster season, but for TY, knocked out of the tournament for now. And that is going to lead us up to the next time you'll see us. That will be next weekend at 6 p.m. on Saturday the 6th. This is going to be our grand finals of both SSL Classic and SSL Premier. A Brood War best of 5 between Effort and Free. And then, of course, a best of, I believe, 7 between Innovation and Solar.
Going to be a couple of 6 series. I know I'll be chilling watching you guys cast Classic. I've been really enjoying watching Brood War. Even these 2 days for the playoffs, some really nice games watching there. And then, of course, Innovation versus Solar are going to be a really nice finals.
Absolutely sick. Innovation didn't want to have to play in that Terran group in GSL, so he moved on from that down here to SSL, where he has made it into the finals after being seeded there. Solar making it up the gauntlet, narrowly eliminating both of his really competitors. Day 1, he had to take out Stats. Looked pretty, it was a very good series.
3-2, and then he took out Biol.
Yep.
And a 3-0, I think it was. Was it?
No, that was
3-1?
That was a very, very close, complex series. I actually thought Solar was going to lose. No doubt. But yeah, really impressive play there. Solar making it to the finals against Innovation. So it's just really going to be insane sets. We've got a TVZ in our StarCraft 2 finals, and then a ZVP here in our Classic finals. And of course, if you guys like Brood War, ASL finals coming up, so lots of finals here in our near future.
And look at this. This is the fast lane, guys. So don't think about how they got here, but this is just the way it is. Day 1 is going to be Dark versus Deer and Maru versus Classic. Of course, that is a GSL-style group, so it's going to be winner match, loser match. And then Day 1, 3rd, and 4th go on to face Byun and Patience in Day number 2. So those guys in Day number 1, they get a second chance, even if they do lose in Day number 1. They will have to go up against Byun and Patience.
It's going to be kind of cool to see some cross-league action as our top of SSL Challenge face the bottom of SSL Premier. Might have some pretty big mix-ups there, depending on if herO is just so destined to move on to Premier that he sort of drags the rest of these Challenge players with him in his wake. Really kind of curious to see how many players promote and how many players drop back down, but It's going to do it for us here tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed SSL Challenge. Get out there, share the love, and let your friends know about such an awesome league. Make sure to tune into the ASL Finals tomorrow. It's going to be an absolutely amazing event. And, of course, to the SSL Finals, which will be coming up next weekend on Saturday at 6 p.m.
Yeah, so that's going to do it for us, guys. Rapid high five. We completed a tournament together.
We did a thing.
It was pretty fun, I have to say.
It was pretty fun, Valdez.
Very relaxing, but also really fun games.
Pretty chill, very casual environment. Had some memes. Had a great time.
Great players as well. You know, the meme about SSL Challenge being the best tournament. I'm very curious to see the results in Fastlane. We might be correct in that.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's going to be a battle between you and I here on Challenge versus you and Wolf, who do Premier. So that'll be cool to see which truly is the better tournament.
Yeah, and you know, some of those players that are at the bottom of SSL Premier, they're still very good.
Oh, yeah, man. Dark
Maru,
coming down.
Dark.
Oh, my God.
Really, really
insane
good.
players,
So.
yeah. Could make SSL Challenge even more insane if they do wind up coming down here. So that's actually going to be an awesome game. So you guys have that to look forward to. You have a lot of great StarCraft action out there. So make sure to get out there, support some streamers, support some casters, support just great players out there, and just share the love, which is kind of what this whole thing's all about. Also dominating everybody on the ladder. So do that some too. But
for sure.
Well, that's going to be it. Brandon Valdez. Super great to be here with you.
Was really fun to cast this league, our money. I had a lot of fun.
Getting a single tier. That's what rolled down my face.
It's okay. We'll see you guys back here for Season 2, no doubt.
Yeah, really excited about Season 2. And, of course, about the Fastlane. We'll have more information on those Fastlane deets once we actually do get to the games. But I think first and foremost on everybody's minds should be the finals coming up, both ASL Finals tomorrow and then SSL Finals this weekend. Our Korean commentators having a little bit of a fun reminiscing about their favorite moments from the SSL Challenge.
Yeah.
If you guys have favorite moments from the SSL Challenge, forgot to say this earlier, make sure to send them to us. You can tweet them at SpoTV Games on Twitter at SpoTV_games_EN. G?
No
okay,
G.
Yeah, okay.
No G.
Just _EN. Or, of course, you can always tweet them at Brendan or I on Twitter using the hashtag SSL. Just kidding, you don't have to use that. You can just tweet it at us. At RapidCasting or at Brendan Valdez. Share with us some of your favorite plays or moments or games or anything like that. We'd love to hear what you have to say. Thank you so much for watching SSL Challenge this season. We'll see you next time.